Welcome. It's Off the Top Sports Talk. I am Michael Sperber, joined as always by Josh House. What's going on, Josh?
What's going on, Mike? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling a little bit better right now. It's good to be back in the studio.
Did we have a rough weekend?
Had its ups and downs.
You worked pretty hard. You got to play hard, right, Mike?
We had a good time. What's going on, Josh?
Do not forget to like Off the Top Sports Talk, all one word, on Facebook, and join the conversation.
Press that like button. It's right up here.
Josh,
did you watch the Oscars?
Caught a few minutes of the Oscars. I'm not a huge Oscar guy. I don't go to Oscar parties, but, you know.
You wouldn't go if you were invited?
It depends on the situation. You know, I might be persuaded, depending on how their spread is.
This week's Off with the Top babe is Jennifer Lawrence.
From the Hunger Games?
Hunger Games, Silver Linings Playbook.
She's it's a couple of good movies for this year. She's making some money. She's doing all right.
She's doing real well. She won Best Actress category.
Yeah.
And then, on her way up to the stage to accept her award, falls. But plays it off real well. So
every famous
give her credit.
Every person's just biggest nightmare at
yes,
an award
seriously.
show. Especially all the girls with the long, crazy dresses. I can't believe it doesn't happen more often.
Seriously, that dress was huge.
Yeah.
But she played it off well, so I got to give her credit for that. House, we got some ballers.
This week's ballers.
We got
to start out with the first lady of MMA right now, Ronda Rousey. She came out, and what do you know? First round victory, armbar. I couldn't see that one coming. Not
Big
at all.
shocker.
Yeah.
Ballers.
But the thing is, it was a real fight, and she didn't just come in and dominate. She almost got choked out. It was something to watch. It was entertaining. I'll give it that for the first major MMA female card headline event. I'll give it. It was an entertaining fight for the whole 4 minutes and a half, whatever it was.
Ballers.
Our next baller, Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe was named the Western Conference Player of the Week. He averaged 31.3 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Not a bad week's work, huh?
They're saying he's over the hill. He can't do it anymore.
He started the week off averaging with a 16-point performance, I believe, against the Celtics. So he stepped up his game. Did you see what Mark Cuban? You see the back and forth between them two?
Why does Mark Cuban even get involved in these things?
Mark Cuban thinks the Lakers should cut Kobe. You think the Lakers should cut Kobe?
You think he'd sign him if he was free agent?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he might do that, Mark.
Put him up for amnesty. Kobe responded with amnesty after torching Dallas.
And is this right? Our third baller of the week?
Who?
Would be yours truly, Josh Niederhouse, a.k.a. the Swami. The household lock of the week this week. Lyoto the Dragon Machida came through for the fans. Dan the Man Henderson. I think age is starting to catch up with him. Not quite quick enough to get a hold of old Machida there. Machida was moving around, giving him problems. He was just too quick. I mean, it was a bit of a boring fight. If Machida's a counter puncher, he's not the most exciting fight because he doesn't bring the fight to you. He lets you come to him and then makes you look bad.
Yeah, but the bottom line is the fans cashed in, and why? Because the household lock hits.
It hits. It wins you money.
Dude, you got to start trusting in the household lock of the week. It's getting real ridiculous how much money I'm making. House, do we have fallers?
This week's fallers. Okay, I've never heard this guy's name before this week, so obviously he did this comment for shock value. Steve Hickey, Republican representative in South Dakota, calls MMA the child porn of sports.
Well, how do you feel about that? Who is Steve Hickey?
Who is the guy? What does he do for fun? Probably he's a hunter. He probably goes out and clubs baby seals.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's trying to catch on the conservatives and trying to get a name out there.
What he's trying to do is make his name, and he needs to just shut his mouth. Okay.
I'd like to put him in a chokehold.
He doesn't understand. He needs to get with the times. Understand the movement.
Yeah.
Big.
Throw him in a little jiu-jitsu class.
Yeah.
Get him wrestling. A little striking.
Get him in the ring with Ronda Rousey.
We'll talk about getting. I'd like to throw him in jail and have that porn talk. Talk about child porn in jail.
Exactly.
See
How
long he
dare
lasts.
him compare that?
All right,
Fallers?
our next faller. This guy has just been falling all over the place. Why? Why, Manti? Because you ran a 4.8 at the combine, bro. 4.8, 20th out of 28 linebackers, 26 linebackers. That is not going to get it done. Started out being a top 10 pick supposedly before the Alabama just. The game where he just took a dive. I mean, besides the fact that he's got a make-believe girlfriend, he's got a make-believe, fast 40 now.
He says he wouldn't bench press because he says he has a shoulder stinger. Do you believe him?
Can
you really believe anything this guy says? Manti, why? Manti?
I don't see him getting even drafted in the first 2 rounds now. I see him being a 3rd-round draft pick after the way he's performed.
I agree. The guy's just a bust.
And honestly, I don't think we're even going to know who Manti Te'o is in 3 to 5 years playing linebacker. He's out of the league.
Can you imagine him going into a locker room with the linebackers, Ray Malaluga and Vontaze Burfict? Yeah, what do you think they're going to say to that guy?
I don't think he commands the respect that most
of
of the high-ranking linebackers in college football do anymore.
I agree. Like Ray Lewis, Manti Te'o.
He needs Ray Lewis in his life.
He could use Ray Lewis.
He could.
Teach him a thing
we all
or two
can
about
We could all use a little Ray Lewis in your life, Daytona 500 is our final faller of the week. 33 people were injured, and when a car flew into the fence.
Scary moment.
Yeah, that was nasty. I didn't like seeing that. That's why I don't like going to those events and stuff like that. You never know what the hell can happen at cars going 150 miles an hour, wherever they're
200
going.
miles an hour.
It was craziness.
Jimmy Johnson won.
Jimmy Johnson won the race.
Danica Patrick finished
She got taken out towards the end, I hear.
Yeah,
didn't catch that whole race.
I didn't catch the whole race either, but this is what I heard. 33 people injured. Scary moment. Tough day for. I think Daytona is like the #1 race, right? It's like the Super Bowl of racing, NASCAR, maybe.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you, Mike. Racing is not my forte.
Let's talk about the fights. You already mentioned the Ronda Rousey, Carmouche.
I mean,
why don't you dive into it a little bit more?
All right, we'll go with Ronda Rousey. I mean, everyone knew that. I mean, if you said what was going to happen in that fight, if you asked 99 out of 100 people who know what's going on in MMA, they're going to say Ronda Rousey first round sub armbar.
But Liz looked good. I was surprised. 6th ranked woman fighter.
Rousey came out, got a judo throw, took her down, had her in the headlock, tried to get a choke in, let Liz sneak out the back and take her back, and she almost got it locked in, rear naked. I mean, she started having it, turned it into a neck crank. Rousey did not look comfortable. Her face started turning a little purplish.
Rousey was real aggressive earlier.
I mean, I give her credit for being able to weather the storm.
Yeah,
not
it was
panicking.
A good fight.
She didn't panic. It didn't look like she had been there before.
Yeah.
Which, when you're undefeated and only have 6 fights and you're in a main event like that, you can tend to panic if you get a bad situation.
Absolutely.
So she impressed me with that. I would say that it did make me think that she's beatable a lot more now. I mean, another fighter might have been able to finish that. You never know.
What'd you think of Carmouche?
She's a tough girl. I mean,
she was tough.
I liked her rainbow mouthpiece. That was cute. I like that.
Was cute.
We'll go, then the lock of the week, we talked about it. Machida was just too fast for Hendo. Kind of a boring fight.
That guy is like the Floyd Mayweather type of MMA. He's just a counter puncher, never gets hit.
He's the least hit guy in MMA. Clean. Yeah. People have the lowest percentage on striking against him of any fighter in all of UFC.
And he had some nasty kicks.
Yeah, he had some nice body kicks.
Face kicks.
He just makes people look bad because he's so quick on his timing, in and out, and then hitting on counter punches. You throw a punch, he ducks it and pops you in the face, and you just look stupid. So a lot of people don't want to fight the guy because he makes you look bad. And then we're going to go with a little upset with Koscheck and Lawler. I'd say Koscheck was around a 3 to 4 to 1, depending on where you got it at, 3 to 1, 4 to 1 favorite. And Robbie Lawler was down, was getting pounded a little bit, and all of a sudden turned the table, hit him with one clean shot right, and then it was about 4 or 5 ground and pound shots. Where Koscheck, the first shot must have really dazed him because he didn't even try to protect himself for 5 shots in a row.
So you
got
have
tagged.
to stop the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you should have. Although he pleaded his case after saying he was fine.
Yeah, but
to me, if your head's on the ground and you're getting pounded 4 or 5 times in a row, and you're not responding.
Yes.
That's time to stop the fight.
That's how.
We've seen what happens with too many repetitive concussion injuries now and CTEs. I mean,
what do you think? Who do you think was going to win this? Did you have Koscheck coming in? Did you?
I thought Koscheck. Okay, the thing with Josh Koscheck is
he
is an unbelievable explosive athlete. He's an unbelievable wrestler, but he's an idiot upstairs. He lets his pride get in the way. When you should take a guy down, keep him down, and keep wrestling him, he likes to stand up, and because he's so fast and athletic, he thinks he can knock people out. And he should stick to the game plan more, and not let your pride get in the way. Koscheck can do a lot better. Okay, Lawler, hey, you still got hands, bro. All right, I like that. And then one other fight, real quick, Grice and Bermudez. It was if you didn't see it, I would go back and watch that fight. It was probably one of the more entertaining fights on the whole card. 3-round battle. Bermuda was losing after the first 2, it looked like, and then dominated the 3rd round, came back and took a split decision victory. It was a good fight. I'll check that one out.
Well, where do you see these fighters going from here? Do you see anybody?
Well, I want to see. I'd like to see Ronda Rousey fight again now that she.
Who do you want to see her fight?
I mean, Cyborg just got cut from the UFC. Chris Cyborg. Tito Ortiz, our friend of the show, is now managing her. She's like a 150-ish weight class, and Ronda Rousey 135. They want to meet in the middle somewhere. Rousey doesn't want to go anywhere because she's a champ. She doesn't want to move her weight, And Cyborg can't cut that much weight and still fight. It'd be hard for her to lose that much weight safely.
You think Dan Hendo's done? Is he gonna keep? Keep fighting?
It's hard to watch Hendo look bad because he was too fast for the guy. He couldn't hit him. It was too fast for him.
Yeah.
And so it's only going to get worse like that. He's not going to get faster at 44 or whatever he is, however old he is. So I'd say he's on his way out. He might get a couple more fights. He's always got a huge right hand, and you're not going to knock him out. So
any big fights coming up?
I'm still waiting for John Jones to get back in the ring. We got GSP and Diaz is coming up. Oh, yeah, GSP and Diaz is coming. And from what I read today is that Dana White is pissed off at Nick Diaz. He's the worst guy with fulfilling his part of the promotional tour, showing up for all the events. Dana White today wasted $50,000 chasing him around the streets of NorCal, trying to get an interview and do a production on him. He did his piece, but they said they spent 50 G's extra chasing him around.
Yeah, Dana White can get pissed about that because he's always out there hustling.
That's the one guy you do not want to piss off. You piss him off, hey, you know what? You're going to go fight in the clubs now.
Silva.
Yeah, what's he going to do? Anderson's the man.
Or Fedor back in the day, but now it's over.
GSP, Anderson, John Jones now. There's a lot of good.
There's a lot of talent out there. NFL Combine.
One of my favorite things in the world. I love this. I can sit home and watch this for hours.
Winners: Marquise Goodwin, Texas wide receiver.
4.27. When you run that means you're going to get paid lots of money by the Raiders.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Raiders or Detroit used to snatch a couple receivers.
Yeah.
Eric Herman from OU, Ohio University, 36 reps, 225.
It's a little down this year.
It is a little down. I expected it to be like mid-40s.
Yeah, they had some 49 guys last year, almost hitting 50, so that's a little bit down this year. Let's see.
Larry Allen?
Larry Allen.
Could he bench press?
He benched 750-ish. Not bad. Almost 800.
Losers. Let's talk about him. Manti again. It never gets old.
Yeah, he's so lovable to hate.
Yeah.
It's like...
not a good guy.
I want to feel bad for the guy,
I do
but
too.
I can't do it. He's done it to himself, and then he keeps now he's trying to get the sympathy kind of card, and it's kind of pissing me off. It's making me angry at him. Like,
go away.
Just go away. Shut up and play football. Don't do any more interviews. Just bust your ass. Work out every day. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. Just show up at your combine and run a 4.6, and then we'll talk. Okay?
Jarvis Jones was at SC.
He doesn't have
had like a heart condition, I think, or neck maybe condition, and didn't get cleared by SC. Goes to Georgia and dominates.
Yeah.
Say he might be the number 1 pick in the draft. He didn't compete. What do you feel about that? Should he have competed?
He's one of those guys. He's like a Mario Williams. You don't have to compete when you're as big as him and as fast as him. I mean, he'll go to his own pro day, and when he's comfortable in front of friends and family, and just put on a clinic for everybody to watch. I guarantee
Would he
that.
be the number 1 pick?
I'm leaning towards it right now.
Dude, my number 1 pick would have been Star Latui.
That hurts.
That hurts real bad. Revealed a heart condition from Utah.
For those of you who don't know, he was sent home from the combine with a heart condition. Supposedly they said he can still work out and everything, but they found something that's going to drop his draft status big time. He's going to lose some money on that.
That guy's a man.
he's thick.
Oh,
yeah.
man. I'd pick either a left tackle or a defensive tackle with my first pick.
We did have the fastest 40 by an offensive lineman in the history of the combine at 4.71. I mean, that's a tight end numbers. That's
very
pretty good.
Impressive.
Yeah. Quarterbacks in this combine drill.
There's no love. After last year's
Geno
class,
Smith and Matt Barkley are the cream of the crop. We're struggling, guys. NFL.
After last
year,
year,
look for free agent quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's nothing. After last year, Russell Wilson,
and
RG3.
I mean, I know
Andrew Luck.
I know the NFL is starting to get towards going towards the ops with the Kaepernick and RG3
I don't think it's going to last.
Because the quarterbacks aren't getting trained these days. Everyone's running the spread in college, so they don't have many drop back passes, and there's not many Andrew Lucks out there right now.
I wonder how Barkley's going to do. What do you think?
I mean,
6'2.5". He's
we have a personal interest. He's a local boy. He's modern day. I know a lot of people who are friends with him, big fans. I mean, I thought the kid personally. I said he'll be the number 1 pick in the draft by his senior year.
You thought he would?
I thought for sure he would, and he probably would if he had a good year this year. But
I heard they were blaming some of the people were blaming the coaching.
I agree with that.
And the offense line. He lost Matt Khalil.
Lane Kiffin not getting it done now.
Slipping like Lane Kiffin.
Tripping like Lane Kiffin.
Little easy.
Talk shit like Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, exactly. That used to work.
It
used to help recruiting.
Anymore.
Now it's not helping.
We need some more rap songs about it. Maybe that'll help.
Good ones.
Yeah.
Not bad ones.
Get Kendrick Lamar, spit a little flow.
He's hot right now. Barkley, people say he has an average arm. He has a big arm.
Yeah, he has a big arm.
He can make all the throws.
Yeah. He's just not 6'4".
He's not 6'4", he's 6'2".
6'1". Oh, yeah, actually,
he came in at 6'2.5".
He's 6'2.5". He's exactly the same height as me.
6'2.5", like 230, big.
230? That's pretty solid.
He could
hit
last.
in the gym a little bit.
Yeah, he could last in the league.
Well,
he could take hits.
I know he just had a shoulder surgery down in Alabama at Dr. Andrews.
Oh, yeah,
and I know he's
Andrews
now wearing our IntelliSkin product that most of the good athletes, the great athletes, are starting to wear these days.
He's wearing it?
Matt Barkley's wearing it.
Yep.
Nice. Along with Ray Lewis.
Ray?
Camp. Yeah, I got a bunch of people. It's a good business, good product.
What else on your mind? You see Gronk?
Gronkowski, infection in that arm? Was that from falling and spilling a little too much booze and blow on there or something?
You didn't like that. I remember when that video came out.
What did I say when it happened? You don't have your star tight end who had two.
How do you get an infection?
It's getting more and more common. I don't know, like it's more common in the hospitals these days. A lot of these athletes are having surgeries and they're having infections, and it's just scary, man. I wouldn't want that. I've had knee surgeries. I got lucky. I didn't have any, but you don't want your star player
going out and partying in Vegas,
doing porn shits and then DDTing people.
Can he do it if he's not on TMZ doing it?
He can do whatever he wants.
Are you sure?
It's a Gronk.
You see Brady restructured his contract, 3 years, $27 million.
Brady's a team guy. He wants to win.
Who does that? Joe Flacco would never do that. Joe Flacco's all about getting the paper.
You know who would do that is Terrell Owens. He'd be all over that.
T.O.? He was one of the best teammates. That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback.
After he was calling him out, talking smack about him the whole week before.
Oh, geez.
Saying if he acts like if it looks like a rat, it sounds like a rat.
That's my quarterback. Dude, that guy was the worst teammate ever. He was very good, but now he's like broke.
Really?
I think he doesn't have any money. A lot of kids, maybe.
Jamarcus Russell gonna make a comeback this year?
Is he?
Yeah.
Are they talking about it?
He's trying to. He's down to like 309.
Oh, jeez. He could throw the ball.
Yeah, he can throw about 100 yards, but he can't get out of the way of a pass rush, and he's not very good.
Bad feet. Smart. Good head on his
He can
shoulders.
sign his own name correctly, barely, but
What else on your mind? What else is going on? Free forum.
we
You watch the Jerry Buss Memorial?
Jerry
Nice
Buss.
speeches.
It was always, I mean, it's always good to see Jerry Buss, the celebration of his life,
Yes.
and just the good times, the good days of the Lakers we've had. We were spoiled growing
Very
up.
spoiled.
People that are around here don't really know what it's
Dude,
like to be Laker fans.
The speakers. Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Jerry West, Kobe, Shaq, Magic. I mean, just a who's who of Laker and NBA legends. It was nice. Great words for him. Phil was chilling with Jeannie. He teared up a little bit. It was just emotional.
It's an emotional day for our
It
Lakers
was.
nation.
What do you think of the Lakers? Are they gonna 3 of the last
Well, I can
4?
tell you
They're
this
gonna
right
Are
now.
they gonna make the
biggest
playoffs?
household lock of the week is that
Household lock of the year.
The household lock of your life is that no 9 seed has ever won a playoff game or championship. Okay, Lakers. So let's make the playoffs.
If they make the playoffs, are they doing any work? I just don't want to play
I've
the
said from the
Thunder.
very beginning of the year, I don't care what we do all season, as long as we by the end of the year start playing, getting used to it
Yeah.
and playing, because we got the talent to play
But
with
they're
anybody. I don't care what
they're
anybody
still
says.
making the same mistakes. They're not getting back on defense.
Defensively, it's embarrassing. Mike
Not
D'Antoni,
helping.
hire somebody who can coach defense. Go get Larry Brown. That would be great. Hire Larry Brown to coach defense, and you coach the offense, all right?
You know what I think his problem is? He's like, his offense, he's got 2 guys spread out at the corners. He's got Nash running around in circles. Dwight Howard dive into the basket. Nobody back. Got to play transition defense, especially in the playoffs. The game slows down. We can't be giving up these fast break points. Points are too hard to come by in the playoffs. Clippers. I heard you went to a Clipper game.
Yeah, I got some courtside tickets to the old Jazz and Clippers.
What'd you think?
I think the Clippers
They
put it
playoff
on them.
ready?
They were looking exciting. They're
They
throwing the
playoff
ball
ready?
up. They're getting after it. Blake Griffin is playing ball.
CP3.
CP3 is
You
balling.
get anything from Bledsoe? Every once in a while, he'll do
Bledsoe's
something
solid. I
so
like
nasty.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
He could start for most teams in the league, I think.
I think he's a good 6-man. Off
He's
the
a good
bench.
6-man because he's got Chris Paul in front of him.
Yeah, eventually
put
it's
him on the
gonna be
Lakers.
time.
You know, I mean, that
Who would
guy's-
you rather have, him or Nash?
That's tough.
I'd take Bledsoe right now.
He's way faster. He's
Way better
he's
athlete.
athletic.
Yeah, way better defensive player.
Maybe Nash is what the Lakers need a little bit more right now. I don't
What
know.
do you- how do you figure?
I mean, again, we need defense. That's what we need. We need defense.
Yes, Nash is the worst defensive player
Yeah.
in the league.
But he's there to drop dimes off and run the team. He's not there
He's
to play
doing a
D.
little of
He's
that,
not
but
there to
it's
play
like we already
defense.
have Kobe to do that.
Whatever we got is not working yet.
I want Phil.
We need coaching. We
I
need
want
defense.
Phil Jackson.
I want Larry Brown over on our staff right now. Someone put the word out to D'Antoni. Tell him I recommended him highly.
What else on your mind? You catch any of the Kings, Ducks?
I heard the Kings put the smack down on him tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like that?
It's always, it's always a local boy. I like watching local
All
boys fight. I like
local
watching a
boys.
little scrap, you
Yeah,
know?
all local boys. Dude, the Blackhawks are like, they haven't lost a game yet. 13-0-2, I believe. Something like that.
That'll get it done
They're
right
bringing
there.
it. They got to be the front runners. I mean, maybe the Kings, Blackhawks, Stanley Cup final.
The Kings are
I'm
going
not
to
too
start off
sure on
slow. We'll
that,
see how the Kings go towards the end of the year. And all teams that Stanley Cup hangover, that championship hangover. So we'll see.
I'm not sure on that exact record,
All
so
right.
I don't want. We'll get
We
our
won't hold
stat
you- we won't hold
checker.
you to that, yeah.
Get our stat checkers
Where's
on
reality
that.
at?
But because we'll get posts on our Facebook, like he
Yeah.
doesn't know what he's talking about, but he's brilliant.
He's off the top.
He's
you
off
know?
the top, brilliant. What else on your mind? Anything else?
We got baseball, spring training
Spring
starting
training's
next
going
week.
on. Anything, dude? Miguel Cabrera hit a blast today.
Yeah.
Yeah, high heat up by the numbers, up by the letters.
Are we finally
Just
going to have
crushed it.
Do we have a good shot at having a freeway World Series
That'd
this
be
year?
nice. Angel Dodger, I'd be into
I think
that.
next week I think we're gonna have a little spring training breakdown.
Okay.
Start talking about all
Dude,
the
are
teams.
the Dodgers gonna do any work?
I mean, they put the money in. They better do
Yeah,
work.
they
The
did.
Angels got money spent.
Josh Hamilton.
The Angels might have the best offensive lineup I have ever seen assembled.
What?
I think so.
How do you figure?
Mike Trout is the best young player I've ever seen.
He's like young
Best
Mickey
young player
Mantle.
I've ever seen in my life.
he's
The
a-
whole time I've been alive, I've never seen anyone I
He's a
watched. That
bad
guy's
dude.
better than A-Rod, better than Ken
He
Griffey
was-
Jr. I think he's better than all those guys. I can't wait to see
Ken
this kid play.
Griffey Jr.?
And now we got who behind him? We got Pujols and Josh Hamilton, which means
Apu?
he's going to be on there stealing bases,
Yeah.
and the pitchers are going to be just
You
looking
gotta
over their
watch out for
shoulder, and he's
Trout
going
this
from first
year.
to third every time. And teams are in trouble.
Oh, man.
Teams
He's
are in
just going to be
trouble.
on base for them to just knock him in all season long. If they can stay away from injuries.
Howie Kendrick's got a solid hitter. I mean, we
They
need a
lost
third
Torrey
baseman.
Hunter.
Yeah, Torrey Hunter's a nice guy, but we got so much speed and athleticism in the outfield now. We got Hamilton, we got Trout, and we got Borjos, or whatever his name is. How do you say it?
Borges.
Borges, whatever you want to say it. But yeah, those.
I want to
that's some
say it like
athletes.
this. Borges.
All right, you do it like that.
All right,
and-
House. Anything else you got going?
No, just see how the Dodgers. They spent a lot of money this offseason. We got some real expensive teams in baseball here in SoCal. So we want to see you guys step up this year.
I do. I'm sick of it.
I want to go to some
aren't the
baseball games
Angels
this year.
Dodgers?
I'm excited to go to baseball
Yeah, why
games
aren't the
this
Angels
year.
and Dodgers ever in the World Series?
This
Angels
year. This
can
is the year
sometime.
right
This
here.
is the
You're
year.
calling it right now.
Angel Freeway Series,
That's right.
World Series. That's how it's going to go. All right, House. Like to thank our tech wizard, Mary Jane Alvarez.
MJ in the house,
She's the best.
always.
Always the best. Master producer, Jeremy Yorba, killing it.
Putting all them pretty pictures behind us.
I like that. Craig Longjada.
Linguina.
Does that sound right? Longjada?
You're getting closer.
Makes us sound very smooth. I really like the way we've been sounding lately.
We've been getting a lot of comments.
Lots of
love,
compliments.
A lot of love.
Showtime for free. Always
Rapping.
repping love. For Michael Sperber.
I am Josh House. We will see you next week.
Out.